Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. Gonna do a kind of another follow-up video again, another entry video for the thread that JC put up just about a week or two ago. His Lost Classics of the '90s thread, where it's just about showing some bands and stuff from that '90s time frame. That again, the way he kind of put it, his son who is really into music and love stuff like Nirvana and stuff like that. Maybe some of the bands from that time period, that grunge time period that he may not be as familiar with, that were great albums, that were classics, and blah blah blah. So been a really fun thread. So a great one to put up, JC. I like the fact that it's kind of never ending. You can show one, or just each time you get an idea, you can show another one. And the thing for me is, like, it's really making me go back and revisit all of these albums, because I've listened to every single one before I come and do the video, just kind of going back to it again. So it's been an awesome thread, man. So great idea, and so glad you put it up. So the next one I'm going to go with here is going to be this one here, which is Puddle of Mud, and this is Come Clean. Now, first of all, so let me say, technically, this album came out in 2001. I think it was August 2001. So we're just over a year and a half past, technically 1999. But, definitely still one of those 90s bands. And I think they actually formed in 1992. So they, pretty much, they were part of the whole 90s grunge scene and whatever else. This album just happened to carry over into the early 2000s. But this is their album Come Clean. Definitely my favorite album by them. Although I can't really say that because I'm not as familiar with all of their other albums. So, but as of what I know right now, this is my favorite album by them. Like I said, it came out in 2001, and it's very much that same feel of what was going on in the grunge area, or the grunge arena at that time, however you want to put it. And very kind of consistent on this album. This is one of those albums where I say, maybe with the exception of one or two songs, it's like once it kicks in and you're checking it out, Wes Scatlin, I believe is the name of the lead singer, once you hear his voice and how they're delivering, it stays pretty consistent throughout the entire album. Like they're not flip-flopping all over the place. So if you hate two or three songs, you're probably not going to like most of the songs on the album, kind of thing. Just they had their sound, they had their thing, and that's what they were doing. The one exception for me on this album is the song Blurry. I feel like Blurry is almost a standout song, even above everything else on the album. He does a really cool kind of monotone vocal delivery, which really just kind of sets an energy to the song. There's kind of an intense nature to it. And even kind of like a sexy nature to it, even though I don't think the meaning of the song is really kind of based around that at all. But it's just kind of like just an intense nature to it, and just kind of the beautiful way that they layer these two very simple guitar tones. And if you go listen to the song, if you know it, you know exactly what I'm talking about if you pay attention to that. There's this one kind of just straightforward, I don't even know how to describe it, maybe almost like a country electric acoustic type of, it's not even a riff, it's just a few notes that are being played, and then there's kind of this slightly higher, more electric, almost shimmery other type of lick that's being played on top of it when they're both playing at the same time, which is just kind of the whole verse part of the song. It's just something really cool about the beautiful simplicity of what those two guitars are doing on top of each other, and that's the one thing that just makes that song my absolute favorite by them across the board. Just a great track. Another, I guess, somewhat hit they had off of here was the song "She Hates Me," and that really kind of goes more to some of the stuff that I really did not like about the '90s and some of the 2000s stuff. It's one of those songs that's meant to kind of be like, it's not where the song is necessarily so great, but it's one of those ones where you kind of know everyone is going to sing it because, singing about the line that she hates me, and it's kind of just one of those, it's one of those low-hanging fruit songs is what I like to kind of refer to those songs, when there's stuff like that, like, you know, She Hates Me, or I think I mentioned in the video recently how I'm not really a fan of Katy Perry, and stuff like, you know, I Kissed a Girl but I Like It. It's like all that stuff is just, to me, just seems to be made to be like catchy, and just, I know people want to say this over and over because it's silly and it's stupid and it's, you know, it's blah blah blah. And so when I hear songs like that, sometimes they make me go like, man, that's I mean, but, you know, I guess when you're making an album, you're trying to get listens, you're trying to get spins, you're trying to sell albums, so you want stuff that's catchy and that type of thing. It's just some of that low-hanging fruit stuff like that I just sometimes don't have a ton of respect for. But again, not saying I don't have respect for that. It's just, this was a song that was kind of big off of that album, off of this album. That's by far not my favorite on the album. But like I said, Blurry is an absolute must listen to. So yeah, go check them out if you're not familiar with them. And as always, VC, let me know what you think, and we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys.